just have like one question. What was Kevin wrong about? At the end of the day, what was Paul Kevin Curtis wrong about? If you guys are new here, my name is Ashley and this is My Sweet Perspective, where I give my take on all things TV and movie related. And y'all know I'm here to put you on, and I am back to talk about a brand new 3-part docuseries that Netflix aired called The King of Tupelo. The Kings of Tupelo, a Southern crime saga. And baby, listen, this is unhinged, and you know it had to come from the people who did Tiger King, because it's that level of unhingedness. Now, I will say this, that going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I knew that this Elvis impersonator allegedly was framed for making an assassination attempt against President Obama during his administration. But of course we see him in the doc, so we know he didn't do it. So the whole time I'm watching, I'm literally just trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened, because it's completely unhinged. First episode, we get a full background of who Kevin Curtis is and his family, and how he's kind of created this reputation for himself in Tupelo, Mississippi. In the second episode, we kind of see things start to become unhinged. He is framed for sending this rysin letter, and then by episode 3 we meet the person who actually sent the letter, allegedly, right? Because they're saying now that there's some situations around that we don't know what's true or not. Okay. And it kind of culminates with, you know, what's going on now. But let's get into it and let's talk about these characters. So of course we meet Paul Kevin Curtis, KC, and he approves this message. Okay. And he again grew up loving Elvis, because he said his mama raised him on Elvis, cornbread, and something else in Tupelo, Mississippi, because that's the birthplace of Elvis or something like that. The people are fanatics, okay, about Elvis. And so all he ever wanted to do was be an impersonator. He has an older brother, Jack, who is, I guess, the good son for all intents and purposes. Like, he is the one who has a career. He's a business owner. He's stable. He's going to provide. He's going to do all of those things. And Kevin was kind of more of the creative, I'll say, right? And so they decide one day that he is going to not only just be an Elvis impersonator, but Jack is going to join him, and they are going to be the first Elvis impersonator duo, right? Brothers performing together as Elvis, doing their thing, and it's called Double Trouble. Now, the people love Double Trouble. These men went on tour, okay, with their Double Trouble act. The hips, the pelvises, gyrating, all of that. The ladies loved them. Okay. And so during this whole time, they're, I guess, auditioning background singers. Enter Laura. Now, Laura, honey, Kevin's soon to be wife and mother of his children, honey, was out here in them streets. You ain't gonna make me believe otherwise. She didn't try to get with the DA, honey. She didn't got with the brother eventually, after all was said and done. Hot to try, baby. And so, but when he meets her, he says she had titties. Okay. The titties were tittying. But the best thing about her were his feet, because Casey had a foot fetish. Okay. So they get together and soon realize Double Trouble's not going to pay the bills. He needs to get a job. So he goes into janitorial work. Well, he starts working at, is it Mississippi General Hospital? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's a hospital in Mississippi in Tupelo. Okay. And he starts working there as a janitor. It's like his biggest contract. It's like giving him money. It's doing everything that he needs it to do. And she's happy with it, because finally the kids have presents under the tree. You know, I'm able to keep the home. He bought us a little house. Like, we are good to go. Well, he goes in there cleaning up the morgue one night and sees a head in the freezer, in the deep freezer, honey, and all kinds of body parts. And so now he's got it in his mind that they are trafficking body parts. Mind you, this is back in the early 2000s, like the beginning of the internet. And so he goes down a rabbit hole, honey, and he becomes obsessed with this conspiracy theory. He is a whistleblower. He is trying to get the word out. The hospital is like, or is it Mississippi General? Y'all put the correct name of the hospital, because I don't want to misquote, but he basically says that they're in on it. Everybody's in on it. He finds that there's a black market for these dead people body parts, and the rest is history. Okay. We find out not long after that My guy wasn't wrong. Now, was it in Mississippi too? I don't know. But there is a whole thing of funeral directors, of politicians, of hospitals. Everybody is in on the trafficking and sale of these parts. So now once we get this information, he's like, I'm vindicated. And I'm like, sir, you wasn't wrong. All right. He wasn't wrong. But this just kind of feeds him that now not only is he going to write a bill prohibiting the sale of, people's body parts in Mississippi, he's also going to write a book at some point, Missing Pieces. Okay. And so he's doing this, and he discovers that the only way he can get this legislation passed is by going through their state representative. Okay. And that is Representative Steve Holland. Well, what he didn't know is Steve Holland owns the biggest chain of funeral parlors in Mississippi. So why'd he do that? He ends up going before Representative Steve Holland's mama, who was a judge there, and she's not having it either. It's really a mess. He's made so many enemies at this point that no one really believes or, trusts anything that he does. He even goes so far as to write President Obama a letter basically asking for his help in this issue with the trafficking of body parts, because he says his family didn't care. Nobody cared. He has to care. Okay. Double Trouble wants to do their final act. And Jack, the older brother, pays $10,000 for this to be recorded. They're sold out, 1,500 seats. They have this band come in, unwittingly or unknowingly to him, though. This band, the guitarist, is a district attorney. A district attorney, David Daniels, assistant district attorney. Okay. And the district attorney said Laura was flirting with him. Kevin says that he was trying to get Laura's number. I don't know. The rest is history, but Kevin tries to fight this man, and this DA pulls out the blicky and is like, we're not going to do this. Okay. We're not going to do it. It's just the level of unhingedness when I tell you, because Kevin, why are you into it with everybody? He feels like he's on a mission from God, and I get that. By episode 2, we find out that not only has poison been sent to the then president, Barack Obama, but also to the judge that he went before, some other people in the area. And so basically they're like, there's only one person in town we know that would have the gall, or really the audacity, or really just the weirdness to do anything like this. And that would be Casey. So they say SWAT comes in, busts down his door, because baby, leave it to him to tell a story. And we find out they drag him in, and they're like, you did the rice. And he was like, I don't eat rice. Like, I don't even like rice. And they're like, man, he couldn't have done it. And we find out that he actually loved President Barack Obama. So it wouldn't be him. Enter this man, Everett Dusky. Okay. New to Tupelo, honey. Done found a woman. Done found a Laura. Done started a metal band called Ghetto Metal or something like that. And had a modicum of success. He opened up a karate dojo. He was a Wayne Newton impersonator. And so initially, I believe he and Kevin thought they were going to be aligned. But again, Laura and he may or may not have had indiscretions. I don't know. But it comes out, honey, that Everett is the one who did this. And he only really gets caught because he was a sicko and a predator as well. Y'all, crazy, unhinged level of just wildness. And so ultimately we find out that Everett tried to frame Kevin for the attempts, but Kevin really wasn't smart enough. He wasn't even smart enough to make the rysin, but Everett had been spouting that he was a Mensa candidate, that he was this, that he was that. So again, it all started to make sense. By the end of episode 3, though, both of them are saying they feel like they were both set up. Everett says he feels like he was set up, and Kevin feels like he was set up as well. Everett says Kevin ain't got nothing to do with it. He was such a small fry. He has no dealings with this. Everett says that he was working with the alphabet people, and that's why he got set up, because he knew too much. Y'all, it's unhinged. It's crazy. Drop it in the comments. Let me know if you watched it. There was a lot. You have to watch it. You just have to watch it. That was it in a nutshell. Again, I don't trust Laura, honey. Laura was throwing it out of every draw leg. I can't believe she hooked up with Jack, the older brother. She said Jack did more for her, took care of the family for years because Kevin couldn't get it together. Kevin kids are sick of him. They said he did too much. he did too much. But again, he wasn't wrong about a lot, you guys. I actually enjoyed it. It was an enjoyable, unhinged watch. Let me know if you checked it out. Let me know your thoughts. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.